proven winner. And here's the story on this. We started with over 3,000 just a couple weeks ago. We have only 800 remaining. So it's a story that's like a run, don't walk to your phone story, because I don't want you to miss out. So these are Phillip's proven winners. They're called the Easy Double Red Rose for $29. 3 easy payments of $9.67. Shipping and handling is free. Phillip, what I love most, I love a lot of things that are happening right now, but everything is so big. It's like we have to find out where we're gonna stand together because we're hidden by these blooms. But let's talk about this. It's your favorite rose of all times.
It is, and I've had a lot of roses in my life. And 7 years ago, the breeder of this OSO Easy Double Red Rose sent me one, just mailed it to me.
Oh, nice.
And that was before it was proven winners or anything. It was just that. And I planted it in my garden. And of all the roses I've had, many have come and gone. This one has come and stayed. And it gets better every year. I have never sprayed it for anything. I have never trimmed it except to remove maybe a broken branch that came. And mine is now 6 feet tall by 6 feet wide because I feed it.
Wow.
But generally, they'll be 4 by 4.
Yes.
But it's uniform. It's vase-shaped. What I'm proving winner I'm sending out to you, look, you're already starting off with a nice, this one is about the size that the breeder sent to me to try.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a place to put it. I thought, I've got to plant that. It's just been sitting out here for 2 months in a pot. And I did. And I've just added onto my house. And I put in a lot of big windows in the back. I put in a window right where this rose bush is. So it centers up. That's how much I like that.
You designed your house around the rose bush.
The windows were all set in the house. And I thought, I need to move that window over so it's centered on the rose, and I did that as a change order.
I mean, that in itself, in case you needed more reasons to love this, where you are getting such a big, bodacious rose bush, but also you don't need to prune, you don't need to spray. It's low maintenance.
It's low maintenance, and it's not grafted. A lot of times that roses, after a bad winter, if they're grafted, they'll get frozen down to below the graft, and then you end up with something that's not what you want.
Right.
But what I loved about this is that it has got good foliage. A lot of roses will have beautiful blooms, but they'll have blemished leaves. And they'll have black spot. I have never, ever had black spot on this. And just a little something, tell you a little news out there, is that when the Japanese beetles come, they typically will attack the lighter colored roses, like the yellow ones and the pale pinks and the whites.
Oh, that's good to know.
And they have never gotten on my dark red one.
Okay.
I have other red ones that they've also not gotten on. So that's something that I've not had to worry about in my Westchester, Pennsylvania garden. But I love the fact that the foliage is dark green. It's a beautiful vase shape. If you remember growing up in the Deep South, where in the old gardens, they would have a big spirea bush that was like this, you know, that was really bountiful. This has that same shape. It's just nice. It's old school looking without the old school problems.
Exactly. Well, and I was going to say too, I demonstrated, you guys didn't see it, when Phillip was talking about those wimpy little leaves that are covered with black spots. I was like, because it's true. We've all seen those rose bushes that maybe there's one really pretty bodacious rose and the rest of the tree just looks wimpy. It looks sad.
And you're seeing all the stems inside where things have been pruned and all that kind of stuff. I love this because it looks natural in the garden, so it gives me that natural garden look, and I cannot wait until it's blooming this summer and look out the window. But I'll tell you something too.
Tell me.
Here in Westchester, Pennsylvania, mine has every year has been semi-evergreen. It got down to 12 degrees one of the nights, and it still has some of its foliage on there. This is one of the first roses to start blooming in my garden, and it's the last one to finish, and it's covered in these medium-sized blossoms. Just absolutely all over it. A lot of rose bushes or that straight up hybrid tea look.
I know exactly
and
that.
I'm thinking the individual roses are great for cut flowers. But they don't look great in the garden.
You just hit the nail on the head, because I am sorry, Steve, that's my husband at home. I'm thinking about rose bushes of our past. And they're kind of like skinny. They've got maybe like 2 roses that are like that, and then the rest of the leaves look so wimpy and scarce. This is a big, full, hardy rose bush
Yes.
for $29.
And
3
this is
easy
what's
payments
coming.
of $967. This is what's arriving to your door. And as always, you have that guarantee from Phillip Watson.
Yes, and if you want a row of roses, say in front of your
Yep.
privacy screen
want
or
that.
in front of your fence, just do this. You don't have
Perfect.
to have 10 different things.
I love it. Man, if you're just joining us, we are having a ball here today. Phillip Watson is with us. He, of course, is just, I mean, I feel like you might be everyone's like gardening genius. That you have brought us such gorgeous